Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that literally reads like a script for a high-tech thriller. We're unpacking an incredibly sophisticated iOS spyware framework called Coruna. What makes Coruna so fascinating and, frankly, a bit terrifying is that it takes exploit chains originally designed for nation-state espionage and puts them directly into the hands of financially motivated criminals. We're going to break down this complex exploit kit using a step-by-step digital heist framework. You're going to see exactly how this malware picks the lock on an iPhone, disables the alarms, puts on a disguise, and steals the loot.
Here is our blueprint for today's heist. We'll cover the one-click infection, escaping the sandbox, hijacking processes, the modular arsenal, and finally, command and control.
Section 1. The one-click infection. The initial breach. We begin right at the front door. This is a one-click infection, meaning the victim just has to take a single action to kick off the chain, usually visiting a fake website on their iPhone disguised as a crypto exchange or news outlet. The sheer scale of the engineering here is staggering. It's not just a single bug. Coruna deploys 23 different exploits across 5 full exploit chains. The second Safari loads that page, an obfuscated JavaScript framework instantly fingerprints the device, figures out the exact iOS version from 13 all the way up to 17.2.1, and dynamically serves the exact exploit needed.
The crucial point here is this 3-step initial breach. First, you've got a WebKit remote code execution, or RCE, exploiting the browser itself. But Apple's security is tough, right? Getting code to run just isn't enough. It then needs a PAC bypass to dodge pointer authentication codes. Then finally, a kernel local privilege escalation, or LPE, to dig deep into the system. It's an incredibly complex sequence of lockpicking.
To give you an idea of the firepower we're talking about, let's look at one of those initial lockpicks, CVE 2024-23222. This is a WebKit zero-day vulnerability used by Coruna. It grants the attacker memory read and write capabilities right inside Safari. It's basically the wedge that forces the door open just enough to let the rest of the exploit chain slip inside.
Section 2. Escaping the iOS sandbox. Bypassing Apple security. All right, so the malware is inside the browser, but iOS uses a sandbox to keep apps isolated from the core OS. Coruna needs to break out. This is where that local privilege escalation, or LPE, comes into play. To break out of the browser's restrictions, Coruna uses an LPE to upgrade its access. It jumps from being trapped inside a restricted Safari process to gaining deep, system-level control over the kernel. It now has the keys to the entire building.
Now, what's really fascinating here is Coruna's built-in cleanup function. Like any professional heist crew, it literally wipes down its fingerprints. When exploits run, they sometimes fail and generate crash logs, right? Well, Coruna actively searches the device for specific crash logs, like WebKit errors or system panics, and just deletes them. It hides its tracks perfectly, so that security researchers and device owners are completely blind to the fact an attack even happened.
Section 3. Hijacking core system processes. Wearing an OS disguise.
With the alarms disabled and logs wiped, Coruna needs a disguise. Most basic malware would just install a hidden app, but that's way too noisy. Instead, Coruna injects its payloads directly into trusted Apple system processes. Take Powered, for example. Normally, this is a quiet background process managing battery life. It has absolutely zero reason to talk to the internet. But once hijacked by Coruna, it acts as a Stage 2 implant host, silently firing off thousands of HTTP requests to download instructions. The UI looks normal, but under the hood, your battery manager is orchestrating a cyber attack.
Empowered is really just the beginning. Coruna distributes its workload across several trusted iOS processes. It uses LocationD as the main orchestrator for its third stage. It hijacks Imagent to handle secure communications, and it even uses Springboard, the very process running your home screen, for inter-process communication. By doing this, there's no standalone malware process to spot. It's literally wearing the skin of the operating system.
Section 4. Coruna's modular spyware arsenal. Digital safecrackers.
So, the malware has secured the building and blended in. Now, it brings out specialized modular tools to extract the loot. Through that hijacked Powered process, Coruna reaches out to its server and downloads highly specific SHA-256 encrypted JavaScript modules. It actually checks what apps are on your phone. If you have MetaMask, it pulls down a payload specifically designed to hook into MetaMask. Phantom Wallet, it pulls a different one. It surgically targets over a dozen different crypto wallets.
But the theft goes way beyond just app hooking. The LocationD module acts as a scanner, rifling through your device. It scans your Apple Notes, and get this,
It even runs local optical character recognition on your photos. It is actively reading your pictures. What's it looking for? Keywords like backup phrase, bank account, or the specific patterns of BIP39 seed phrases. If you've ever taken a screenshot of your 12 or 24-word crypto recovery key, Coruna is going to find it and steal it.
Section 5. Command and Control Servers. Coordinating the getaway.
Finally, let's look at how the thieves coordinate their getaway and offload the stolen data. The communication flow starts super quietly with a simple HTTP head message to test the waters. Then it fetches a heavily encrypted configuration file telling the malware exactly which modules to download. Finally, the hijacked location process establishes a persistent rhythm of regular check-ins with a randomized .xyz domain to send the loot back.
But attackers know that domains get blocked by defenders, right? So if the primary command servers go down, Coruna uses a domain generation algorithm, or DGA. It takes the seed word Lazarus to dynamically generate a predictable list of brand new 15-character fallback domains. It actually pings Google's public DNS to see which backup domains are live, making sure they never lose contact with the infected phone.
And incredibly, it gets even more resilient. If regular internet HTTP traffic is entirely blocked or fails, Coruna has a secondary fallback. Remember that hijacked Imagine module? It can take over command and control communication completely out of band via SMS text messages and iMessage. It's incredibly stealthy and makes this malware exceptionally hard to kill once it takes root.
Which leaves us with a critical question. This was a nation-state grade tool using multiple 0 days to silently compromise devices. Now we are seeing those exact same weapons proliferating down to criminal groups hunting for everyday crypto wallets. It really highlights the vital importance of advanced protections like Apple's lockdown mode for high-risk users. The tools of state-sponsored spies are now the tools of digital bank robbers, and that completely changes the security landscape for all of us. Thanks for joining me for this explainer. Keep your devices updated, and I'll catch you next time.